how enterprise sector is focusing on developing a strategic and sustainable roadmap. Because I think in today's age, especially in the digital transformation age, if we don't talk about sustainability, we are not talking about the entirety, because sustainability, resilience is an important part for any enterprises. So let me start with Mr. Ashwani Kumar Das. He's the General Manager IT of Berger Paints India. Uh, Mr. Das, if I may ask you that, how do you define or identify the sustainability plan for the tech deployment of your organization?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
IT deployment in Berger Pen India Limited. We used to define the business reliability, which long-term, short-term decision was we plan for the implementation of the business. Basis of that, we chosen the technologies we used for the making the business continuities can be maintained on that. So that we are maintaining with the strategic planning for the long and short term basis way, and we are implementing with the technologies which we used for the business continuity case.
So when we talk about sustainability, we also talk about resilience.
Yeah.
Building that resilient ecosystem, especially when we talk about the tech deployment in your organization. What kind of resilient plan you are putting into place, which is also sustainable?
Definitely, the what business is running, business continuity is very important in that. Business continuity, when you thought of the business continuity, definitely that required system to be availability to the all for the making the system run properly for the businesses. I'm just taking one example. Suppose say my budget pen is for majorly customer oriented resources is there. So definitely customers required all the activities availability in time. When your system required to be properly to be managed with technically, for that purpose we are maintaining multiple activity which can be, suppose something is goes wrong, then other activity can be restored with that locations. That business continuity is we are maintaining.
So what Ashwani is saying is basically keeping in mind the realities of business continuity.
Yes.
And how you are making that resilient, sustainable tech ecosystem in your organization. I'll come to Jagdip Kumar ji. He's the CIO of Lohia Corp Limited. Jagdip ji, if I may ask you that, when you're talking about sustainability or resilience in the tech deployment or innovative ecosystem, what are the challenges that comes to your mind first? That, okay, these are the challenges which I have to address while building that sustainability plan.
So first thing is to ensuring that the IT systems are available, irrespective of whatever happens to the situation. Secondly, we need to be ready for a system which can be changed as per the business requirement. So scale up, scale down can be done. Expansions also has to be kept in mind. The challenges related to the languages barrier and things like that has to be kept in mind. Apart from this, it has to be aligned with the business objective of the organization. Like we being in packaging organization, lot of pressure is there from the government, because we are a plastic manufacturing producer. So a lot of work we are doing with the help of the AI and ML technologies on the recycling, which is, I think, is the emerging thing in the country. Maybe next 5-10 years, there will be a lot of work when we talk about the developed India or things like that. Then a lot of work will happen towards the packaging solutions, how they can be used, and I think technology is going to play a vital role into that. So we are being an OEM, we are doing a lot of work on that aspect, and That is where a lot of things related to the AI, ML, and using the IoT things we are doing. We have set up an digital innovation center in Bangalore, and a lot of development, in-house development as on today we are doing around this.
So you're basically referring to that emerging technology, especially AI, robotics for this kind of sector. This will be very important. Vipin Kumar is a global CIO, UFLEX Limited. Taking cue from what Mr. Jagdip has said, that where are we at now in terms of your specific industry, in terms of embracing emerging technologies for ensuring that sustainable digital transformation is happening? Your thoughts on that?
See, if I look at from the IT perspective, since the last, I think, half a decade or so, IT has been on an innovation path, especially post the COVID. IT has been on the innovation path. And the benefits of this innovation has been that it has changed the mindset of business teams as well as the IT teams. If you look at the organization landscape per se, from a very traditional way of operating, and IT being a very transactional system, today there's a huge shift in the way IT operates and also in the way business operates. What COVID has done to the business mindset is it has made them responsible towards the customers, responsible towards the vendors, and also towards the environment. So I'll quote you from, so this question I'll answer from two perspectives. One is from the IT perspective. If I look at from the IT perspective, what IT contributes in terms of all sustainability. Number one, you go to your data centers, your racks and racks full of servers and all. Go for consolidation. Go for iRacks. Once you go for iRacks, the need for having the entire data center cooled is gone. Your iRack itself will do. So the footprint of carbon emission goes down. Go for paperless offices. All the inventor invoicing, implement technologies like RPA. All your paperwork of doing vendor passing, this invoice passing and all can be totally automated. So you do away with paper. And there are so many other workflow-based applications where, historically, if you go to manufacturing organizations, if you get approval, if you have to make some payment, there's a PO, there's some document, it will be signed 5-6 people, it will move table to table. This all can be documented. Just make it run through the workflow process. So the need for paper goes off. 4, build standard integrated applications. Why I say that is, if you make fragmented applications, you require so many servers, you require so many VMs, you require interfacing between them, your power consumption always goes high. So adopt newer ways of SCI and all, where all power can be easily managed. This is from the IT perspective. When I go to the industry perspective, especially as I also come from the packaging industry, UFLEX is India's largest flexible packaging company. So we deal in plastics. Plastic by word or by definition itself looks to be very, very aggressive in terms of the violators of the so-called environment. So what have we done in this area? So we have got now globally installed recycling plants. What we do, all this packaging material, wafers which you get now, plus all these PET bottles you get, we collect these things on a large scale, bring them to the plant, crush them and make them granules. Part of these granules go back into our production line to make and part of this we make plastics, like the ones which are like buckets or tiles to be used on floors. So there is an entire recycle ecosystem which has been put in place.
The circular system.
Circular system has been put in place. So IT also contributes from its own deployments, and the organization also is well aligned with the sustainability practice.
That's interesting, and I know there are countries, because when you touch upon a very important aspect of whether by deployment of more technology in data centers and all, there's also a threat of climate impact, right? Climate change. And I know there are some countries, I think they are moving to the next level where they are building data centers under the ocean.
Water cooled servers are coming in.
So that the opposite effect of digital transformation is less, that CO2 emission is less. So that is also important. And you also talked about the circular economy, if I may say so, in your digital transformation roadmap. Interesting. I'll come back to you. Ashwani Kumar Das, when we talk about that sustainable ecosystem, we are primarily talking about, in terms of digital transformation, we are talking about 3-4 emerging technology. One is AI, IoT. I know for water sector, IoT is playing a huge role in terms of building that resilient as well as sustainable ecosystem. What your organization is doing in terms of uh, leveraging technology to ensure digital transformation in a sustainable way?
Right now, we are not using the IoT's majority में, but we are.
No, that can be any other technology. Just I give example of IoT just for that, because I know for water sector IoT is being hugely used, but for your sector you can just highlight any of the technology which you're embracing.
Actually, right now we are looking for that. We are maintaining the. Actually, we are majorly manufacturing based on the manufacturing, measure of the customers' relations, measure of the vendors. We are concentrating on this process and making the manufacturing technology what, because we have our own R&D centers. The definitely we require to be R&D centers activities related with that activities. We are need to be technical functionality to be enhanced on that. My product is also coming with that machine at the counter level. So machine is also required a multiple coloring to be done on that. That is going to be used by the AI on. So that's why we are engaging with the AI, with the new technology which is coming with the security point of view. We say we are maintaining those things.
Yes, and since you're coming from that sector, manufacturing, and so there's also a huge importance of IT/OT convergence also.
IoT technology.
So, what are your thoughts on where do you see the future going for your sector? I'm not telling you to give example of your company, but the sector as a whole, where do you see 5 years down the line the best practices of IT/OT convergence which may happen?
Yeah. We have to go with that technologies. We have to be. This business, this pen industry is moving towards IoTs.
IT/OT convergence.
Convergence.
Jagdip, Kumar, because you both represent the plastic industry and represent the manufacturing, the paint and everything. You heard Vipin ji talking about circular economy, because that's also a very important part of when we're talking about sustainability. How do you see that this recycling or reusing of materials can help in achieving your sustainability goals, and what kind of innovation can be leveraged in those scheme of things?
So, as I mentioned, we are slightly different because they are the manufacturer of the plastics, and we are the equipment manufacturer. So we are a capital goods company. So we do a lot of innovations, building the machines and technologies. So like for us, it has both the things together. So one is we are doing a lot of work towards sustainability. At the same time, we see it is a futuristic business for us, because recycling as a country itself is a big business, and there are not many manufacturers as on today. So after collecting the waste, like what Vipin has mentioned, a lot of technologies goes into the segregation of that waste, and that cannot be done manually, because when you are buying the waste in bulk, then you need a lot of technology to segregate the PET bottles, your different type of waste material has to be segregated. So that is where this AI and ML thing is play a very vital role. So we have set up a complete innovation center around this. We have hired more than 50 people working on this development, and I hope that with all these developments we will become one of the key player into the country on the recycle business. Like as on today, also like in packaging machines, we hold 85% market share in India. So we want to retain the same kind of market share for the recycling also, and that is why we are investing too much money into the IT systems to develop such an algorithms which can do this activity.
Right, right. Vipin Kumar, in my opening remarks today, at the beginning of the conference in the oral session, I was mentioning a report by IBM in which they have stated that 60% of large IT enterprises have deployed AI, and almost 25%, rest of the 25% are on the verge of deploying AI. Why I'm asking you this question? Because now we're living in the age of not only AI, Gen AI also. Do you think that enterprises are harnessing the power of AI and Gen AI in effective manner, or do you see that still lot of things can be done in that spectrum? Again, why I'm asking, because that can also be part of your overall resilient and sustainability plan as well.
So if you look at the AI piece, AI got multiple favors, Gen AI being one of them. AI to some extent, yes. Gen AI, to my mind, still industry is not able to leverage because there are no great use cases still available. People are only talking about, hundreds of pieces of information and you find something based on some generic word. This is not what Gen AI is. To my mind, Gen AI, after the internet, is the biggest invention. Once you understand what this technology is, it will redefine the business models. It will redefine the economic models. It will redefine the way we do business. That stage and that maturity is a distant apart. It is not immediately because people are only touching the iceberg. They have not explored this one. And when I go to the AI, yes, there are use cases in the industry, well deployed in most of the industries. Wherever there is a decision point to be made based on certain data, AI is a fit case for that. If you want to have multiple silos of data lying in and you want to extract the necessary information, you can train your bots to get the meaningful insights. So AI has got meaningful use cases deployed in the industry, but Gen AI, to my mind, is still new. People are not viewing Gen AI and they're not exploring the technology to what it can do. It is just the tip of the iceberg they are doing, just searching by generic names or doing all that stuff. That is not the purpose of Gen AI. Gen AI will redefine the way this environment exists, economies, business model of companies. It will totally change the way manufacturing happens. Today you do so much prototyping, maybe 5 years, 7 years down the line, that is not required. That will be done on that. So Gen AI is still the starting journey in the industry.
So sky is the limit for Gen AI deployment for the enterprise segment in India, if you may say so. I'll quickly take Ashwani Kumar Das's perspective. We have come to the end of this discussion. Uh, Ashwani Kumar Das, if I may ask you that one or 2 points which will define the enterprise's future roadmap for attaining that sustainable path, maybe 1 or 2 points which you would like to mention, which you think will be the game changer quickly in terms of technology. I'm talking about technology. Yeah.
Definitely, that's AI is the one of them, and the second one is the IoTs, which we are still not in that field, but we think that these two can be a major activity which can be changing with that. Right?
Thank you. Jagdip Kumar, your thoughts on that?
So I think SaaS is something which is going to be the future. We already has become a SaaS company completely. Secondly, I see a lot of like what Vipin has mentioned, lot of prototyping, because we being a manufacturer of the equipments, and recently we have entered into the drone manufacturing. So we do a lot of simulations, lot of so that is one area where technology reduce not only the cost part of it, but it also reduce the time which we respond to our customer. So that is one of the, I think, is the key thing where technology is going to play a very vital role, specifically in our scenario where we have to, instead of manufacturing and doing the lot of prototyping for the customer, we can simulate the things and we can demonstrate.
Interesting perspective. Vipin Kumar, your thoughts on that? If I ask you that 1 or 2 tech which is going to be the game changer for your industry, I'm saying maybe 5 years down the line, what are the one or two techs in terms of, again, keeping in mind the goal of attaining sustainability? If you can list it out, what are those technology you are talking about that which will change the game?
See, one is that industry has to move to biodegradable films. Like today, why plastic is dangerous? It doesn't die. That is why it is dangerous. So when you make biodegradable films, you define a life to that. Post that, it destroys itself. So from the industry perspective, that is where we are moving. Alternative sources of packaging. Today, you see everything is packed into your films, and this packaging which you see, before I joined this company, I used to tear up a Maggie or a Lay's and throw it into a dustbin. Now I don't do that because I understand what technology goes behind that. It's a multi-layered packaging, multiple films are compressed. Then the designing of the package happens, then those things happens. I mean, it's a tough industry, it's not that easy. So one is biodegradable, then second is alternative. People are exploring jute, for example. Can you do with jute? There are, let us say, all these woven bags is another is what we are doing up. So going forward, we are going to innovate by finding we cannot eliminate plastic. Let's be very clear about it. You like it, you hate it, doesn't matter, but you can't eliminate it. It will continue to exist in some form or the other. The industry is thinking, can we reduce the footprint to some extent? And to whatever extent this plastic remains in business, how far can I do a recap or the recycling part? If the recycling part is stronger, then so much footprint on the impact on environment is less. So today the government is also playing a role. For example, I tell you, when you go to some restaurant, he serves you food in some plastic, this one. He has to certify that whatever you have eaten in this plastics and all is actually getting recycled. Else his whole essence gets cancelled. So he is now part of that circular economy. So all that thing comes back to us. We break them, we clean them, we make granules, put part of that production into our main line, and part we make other things. So I think there's a general consensus. Industry is understanding that, government is understanding that, and the retailers are also understanding that. Even my younger children, they today don't throw the bottles just on the road, They are also a bit careful on that. So that general peace of mind is changing globally. Today you open any television channel, they will show you, they went to a beach in US and they brought so much of plastic bottles. That pains because at one end, these countries are going and talking about all carbon emissions. At the other end, your own people are doing all these things. So what is missing in this is that only industry can't do that. Unless and until it becomes national agendas which are bought by people, unless and until there's a contribution from individuals, till that time, sustainability can come down in terms of emissions, but can't be eliminated.
Right. It reminds me of the government of India's stance in terms of this climate action. The government of India firmly believes that whatever pollution happening or CO2 is going, developed nations are responsible. So a country like India should not be blamed for that, as you have given a right example. And India believes that though they are not part of the problem, India will be playing a major part in the solution process itself for the global climate resilience ecosystem.
See, everybody has to contribute. Take, for example, India. Our power needs are huge. We are a growing economy. We are a hungry economy for power. And if we start burning coal to make that power, we are hitting this whole environment. So what the developed countries have to do? They have to share the nuclear energy with us, provide us nuclear fuel, so that these hungry economies who are hunger for power are able to settle that in a more clear manner.
True. So if I may just bring up the crux of our discussion for last half an hour or so, that to attain the sustainable goals, we have to think about circular economy, and with the need of embracing emerging tech as AI, IoT, also SaaS, as Mr. Kumar has said, and at the same time, as Vipin Kumar ji has said, that we have to encash the power or strength of new emerging tech like Gen AI, for which he thinks that sky is the limit. So I think if we attain all these things in the next 5 years for India's enterprise sector, and why only enterprise sector, for governance, PSU sector as well, we will be in the right path of attaining your sustainability goals as well. With this, we end this discussion. Thank you so much, Mr. Ashwani Kumar Das, Jagdip Kumar, and Vipin Kumar. I request Rajnish Dey, consulting editor of APAC News Network, to come on stage and kindly hand over a small token of appreciation from our end to our esteemed speakers. We are quite honored to recognize your role in your organization as the digital transformation leader. So can we have flavor and speech, please? We'll start with Ashwani Kumar Das, General Manager, IT, Berger Paints India. He is recognized with APAC CXO Technology Innovation Leadership Award. To Jagdip Kumar, Chief Information Officer, Lohia Corp Limited. He is also felicitated with APAC CXO Technology Innovation Leadership Award. To Mr. Vipin Kumar, Global CIO, UFLEX Limited, recognize his efforts through APAC CXO Technology Innovation Leadership Award. Thank you so much, all of you. Can you have a group photo of all the speakers together?
Yeah.